What's up, YouTube? Mandee Hops here. How you doing? Like, share, subscribe. Something's on my screen. Yep, that's hot. It's like when your mom licks her finger. Nobody likes that. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about my little homeless boyfriend Danny. I've talked about him before. He's pretty much been homeless in Vegas since I lived here. His spot is like the cross street by the liquor store I used to work at. And I was never really attracted to him, but what caught my eye, again, something on my, sorry, so profesh, was the sign that he held up, too ugly to model, too honest to steal. I thought that was cute. So Trash was my first Las Vegas boyfriend. He'd been on the streets for 26 years. I did not know he was homeless when I met him, ironically. Sometimes that's how good they are at it. They look fresh, they look clean, they're out there, they got drinks, they got whatever. Like, you don't necessarily know unless you know. And they're wearing Jordans, chains, whatever. And I don't like, I'm not like, ooh, he's got Jordans on. It's not like that. I'm just like, why is every homeless person dressed better than me? It makes me mad. But I think it's because they steal everything and I work for it. That's the difference. And that's not shade on all homeless people, because literally the street kids have been my family the whole time I've been out here. And if you guys don't believe, then watch my videos. That being said, I met him at the liquor store, but the reason he stuck out in my mind, I'm not gonna lie, it was revenge. So Trash hated him, and Trash was like, "Fuck that little meth head!" Like, he got kicked out of the dive bar today, and so instantly, when he hated him, something just perked up in my spidey senses. And then later on down the line, when we broke up, I was like, and meth, Trash can't call anybody a method. Like, do you know what was actually super intelligent? I was surprised. I remember those masks during COVID that had the little breather things. He used to put it in there. Who would have thought to look there? Brilliant. You'd be surprised what these kids come up with. But anyway, so post Trash, I started talking to Danny, and then 70% of the time, he seemed like a real legit kid, and he's not bad looking. I mean, he has his bad days, like we all do. And so one night when I was working at the liquor store, I was like, dude, I'm gonna make chili. Do you want to hang out, watch a scary movie? I wasn't scared to lose anything because I had nothing. I don't really keep material items. I travel, I do experiences. I had a laptop. That's the worst thing he could have stole. Like, for real. I had nothing. And he was like, yeah, and then he didn't show up. And then he stopped coming to the liquor store, and then come to find out, he thought I was, like, fucking with him. Like, being mean, like, teasing him. Like, why would this girl want me? He's like, first I thought you wanted dope. I was like, no, the last thing I want is dope. This is Vegas. Like, I can get dope anywhere in the city. Like, why would I need you for that? And he was like, oh, relief, right? And then, he was like, today he was just different. And this is why I hate fucking opiate addicts. I don't hate street kids, and I don't hate meth heads. I just hate people addicted to opiates, like, because it totally changes them. And so then he was like, okay, so I tried to talk him into doing a YouTube video. He was supposed to hook me up with a job via his sister starting at 24 hours an hour at a casino. And then all of a sudden he lost his phone, allegedly. But the last time I saw him, he was like, do you want to go smoke some dope? And I was like, no, dude, I can't do that anymore. And he's like, that's good. And like, then he pulled out a bag of fentanyl, and I was like, I didn't even want to get close to that shit. Like, you hear about people just touching it, they got. He's like, it's not quite like that, but I didn't even want to fist pump him. Like, I wanted no part of it. It causes so much trauma and death, and I've had so many friends lost to it, and I don't even like taking a bike in it. I don't. Like, And, there's a certain guy, I'm starting to think, like, maybe he prostitutes as of today. And this is why. There's a certain guy that he asked me to go into this liquor store one day and bring a guy out. The tall guy. I knew a tall guy. It was the wrong tall guy. He was a different guy. And this guy gives him money. And he comes off, a little sugar in the tank. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, and I'm like, what are you doing for this guy? Like what does this guy want? Like, because why is this guy? So I hit him up for a shot because I know this dude, even as a homeless dude, has more money than I do because he allegedly is a dealer of sorts and an addict. Like addicts know sometimes monkeys can sell bananas if you do it right. And I wouldn't say he's doing it right because he's like living in the dirt on the streets with like hepatitis and stuff. But like you do it right in the sense that. So this dude's bringing him money all the time, and I brought the wrong guy out, and it was awkward. And then today came out, and I was telling him, "You buy me a shot." Like every once in a while, like I'll buy the homies a shot, but I'm like, "You buy me a shot." He's like, "I don't have any money. I get your changes. I know how much money this dude makes." Waves. I've been at work all day. I guarantee you he has more money. But he wanted to go to Boulder Highway, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, where Tunnel Guy lived, and a lot more degenerates. And nothing good comes of Boulder Highway. And I know myself, why would I put this dude with the open bottle? I couldn't even drink the bottle. It was Jack Daniels. He's like, oh, I got some of this for you. I'm like, I'm good. To drive him to the spot, right, where I'm sure he's got some kind of dope paraphernalia on. I don't care what they say. They're lying. Especially once they get on, like, fentanyl or heroin. Like, I mean, I can F with meth heads to a point. But, like, I can't. And I don't need to be around that anyway. And then he was like, no, let's just go watch a movie. I was like, dude, ever since Boston John, new rule, new sheriff in town, nobody at my house. Nobody. I don't care. Guy, girl, anybody. Jesus, my dead grandfather on the freeway. Nobody's coming to my place ever again. This is my semi-safe place, I guess I would call it. No. And if you don't got some place to go, well, then we don't have anything to talk about. And I'm not going to a Seagull Suites. And then so he was like, well, we can just watch a movie in a park, hang out. But then he kind of tried to say some like sexual stuff to me on the side. Like, oh, I was like, you're skinny, bro. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? He's like, I'm sick. And then he's like, I'm sick because I'm hungry. I haven't had any vagina. I was like, ew. Because he, in years, has never talked like that. And then his eyes were pinpoints. So generally, if all you see is like a little dot of people, that's opiates, heroin, fentanyl, blues, whatever, all that. And I could tell he was getting real irritated because he didn't have his medicine. And then this guy not only brought him out a shot, but took a shot with us and bought me a free shot. And I was like, you have to think about motive. I don't care what the fuck comes out of people's mouths. I have been with street people, drug dealers, gangsters, street kids a very long time. It's not rocket science. You can play the same song every day. I was like, dude, he's a gay. He goes, no, I thought that too. And he said he's been with some dimes. I said, okay. And then, so the guy brings us out drinks. Why is he bringing me out drinks? Then he gives him money, and I hear him say like 9 o'clock or something. And so what I am thinking is, and it's so sad, but very common. Once you get sick at a certain point, you do, like if you're hooked on fentanyl, you're gonna sell it. You're gonna prostitute yourself. You'll do anything. Like, and this dude didn't look good. And there's no reason why this dude should be bringing me free drinks, bringing him drinks. He's like, take me to Boulder. I'm not. And then he just said something real ignorant. And like, this is so unlike him. Like, and I've known him for years. And I was like, dude. I was like, don't be mad at me. He's like, I don't even like you. Right in front of old boy. Why would I be mad at you if I don't even like you? He's like, I can't be mad at you. And I was like, are you serious? And he comes back up. He's like, look, I'm sorry. I was like, look, what happened to hang out at the park? He was like, okay. So, because I'm not driving you to Boulder, you're going to get mad at me, right? and then you're gonna pop off, and then you're gonna leave. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. He's like, it was good to see you. I said, good to see you, and got in my car. But I will never, ever, 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 ever think about him the same way. Ever. I put, and I'll put a link in the description box as well. There is a YouTube documentary called Street Kids. And it's about this guy that tries so hard to help all these street kids. But the street kids don't really want it, and they're unhelpable. If they wanted it, they would do it. And they're like feral cats, and they come and they go away. And I know it better than anybody, because if there's anything I'm more in tune with and like passionate about, is helping the homeless. But I'm also realistic about it. And what I saw in him today, I mean, I know he'll never be off the streets until he dies. And now that he's fucking with that shit, I hate to even put that in the universe, that's how he's gonna go out. And I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I mean, a lot of people would rather die high than low. You know what I mean? And I always treat street kids like they treat me, if not better. Like, I try to think about what I'd be in their position, and like, I don't say, oh, what if I give them $5? They're gonna spend it on beer and drugs. I don't care. What would I spend it on? You know what I mean? Like, there's this meme. This lady saw me give a homeless guy $5, and she goes, "Why'd you do that? You know he's just gonna spend it on drugs." And I go, "Dude, where can you get drugs for $5?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, they live out on the street. What are they going to do all day? They got to walk around. They got to find a place to stay. Like, they're not going anywhere, per se. The ones that want to get themselves in the program or do what they got to do. At a certain point, they are the lost boys. Oh, they are the street kids. But I'm going to retire. Old boy is my homeless boyfriend. He always calls Boston. The guy that I went out with instead of him, because I was hanging out with Danny, not like that, like we had never done anything, like we were just talking and stuff, and I would have totally let Danny come hang out and chill and kick it or whatever, but not now. Like, he's down, he's on the blues, and all that brings is blues, no pun intended. It made me really sad. Like, I was actually gonna go get cheese sticks, which I couldn't afford fat wise or money wise. It was like $1 a cheese stick and 100 calories a cheese stick. And after I got my little free shot from whatever's going on over there, which I've just explained, I just got sick and then went back home, dude. Like, you know? And I know a lot of it's the sickness talking. I dealt with it with my sister. She was on drugs for a long time, but that heroin just changes you. Like, F what people say about meth. Like, heroin makes you like totally. I hate heroin. I hate opiates. I mean, meth is no, like, you know what? It's like your second place. You're like the second biggest loser, I guess. I guess that's where the meth addicts fall in, and he does both. And he can kick rocks, dude. Like, he didn't give a fuck about hanging out with me, seeing me, having a friend. He cared about that dope, and I understand what it feels like, but like, don't bring me into that mess. I'm not doing it. But it makes me sad, and that's the end of my saga on my little homeless boyfriend Danny. I'm gonna put him to rest today. I mean, if I see him, I'll do one of those, but another one bites the dust. Deuces.